Stability is our middle name. That was the message to global business leaders who gathered in Auckland today for the government's Infrastructure Investment Summit. In a world of trade wars and economic uncertainty, the Prime Minister was keen to promote New Zealand as a country of openness and reliability. But that openness didn't quite extend to the media, as Zane Small reports.
Speaking to a room full of potential investors, the Prime Minister had a consistent message.
Welcome to New Zealand. Welcome to the best country on planet Earth. This is, without doubt, the best country on planet Earth.
It was all about promoting New Zealand at day one of the government's Infrastructure Investment Summit.
We have safe borders, extraordinary natural resources, a temperate climate, strong trading relationships.
But acknowledging that it's not all perfect.
And whether you have travelled from the other side of the world or you took on Auckland traffic to be here, your presence matters.
The purpose of the two-day summit is to attract private investment.
We have a big infrastructure deficit in this country, and addressing it is critical to growth and boosting our productivity.
So how will the event's success be measured?
The proof will be that we will have projects delivered by some of the people in this room. I can give you my word on that.
There are already expressions of interest to invest in projects, including the first phase of the Northern Expressway. Italian engineering company WeBuild is among potential bidders.
If the government gets this right, it's the most powerful marketing tool to attract more investors.
Expressions of interest are open for development of a dock at Marsden Point in Northland. The government's also inviting private investment in courthouses and prisons.
Things like hospitals, schools, prisons, for example. Bottom line is we don't support the private sector building and operating those things.
We're told more than 100 companies managing about $6 trillion were invited to attend the summit here in central Auckland. A mix of New Zealand and international organisations from the likes of China, the United States and Europe. New Zealand's political stability, openness and adherence to the international rules-based order have been selling points, in contrast to US President Donald Trump's trade wars.
New Zealand has been and will continue to be a poster child for social and political stability in a more volatile and changing world.
Stability is our middle name.
This summit is about showing you that New Zealand is open for business.
But that openness wasn't quite extended to the press. These still photographs are all we can show you of inside the summit. Our television camera wasn't allowed in, and reporters were asked to stay in the media room.
A lot of it is hyper confidential. You've got investors from 14 different countries that have come into New Zealand. They want to learn about the approach of the government. Some are very literate about what is here, and they then want to talk very specific things, and that's entirely appropriate that we do that.
New Zealand open for business, but mostly behind closed doors.
Well, kia ora, Zane. So what can we expect from the summit tomorrow?
Well, today's event is finishing with a gala dinner for attendees, and then tomorrow we're expecting to hear from the opposition. Labour's finance spokesperson Barbara Edmonds has been invited to speak at tomorrow's event, and that's quite significant because bipartisanship was quite a common theme at the event today. Just the importance of successive governments maintaining a pipeline of projects to give investors continuity. So it will be interesting to hear what she has to say. Tomorrow we're also expecting to hear from Shane Jones, the New Zealand First MP, who is the Minister for Resources. Remember, he's already talked up reviving mining in New Zealand and suggested that climate change policies and expectations have just become too expensive for New Zealand to meet. So it will be interesting to see how investors react to his speech.